Hello there, and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, the TFC team, the developers of TerraFirmaCraft, have of course been sharing some of the changes that they're adding to 1.20's TerraFirmaCraft, since it's still in beta. They're adding windmills and water wheels, like what Create has, only you won't need Create to use these. You'll be able to automate quarns, so no more hand turning the quarn, and I'm sure there are many other different things you can automate with it. I'm pretty sure I saw you could automate a bellows. I'm excited for that. Depending on what else they add, we might not need Create in 1.20. Might still use it, but yeah. But speaking of Create, well, there are apparently ways that we can automate our bellows, our bloomery, and our blast furnace. I said bellows, I meant my charcoal forge using Create. Well, I'm quite happy with my setup here. And I really don't want to go through the process of making more blast furnaces and more bloomeries, tearing any of this down. So how about we go clone this world, hop into a creative version of it, and see about setting up some automated forges. And that would save you time from having to, well, in my world at least, climbing up a ladder to dump stuff into the bellows, bloomery, or into the crucible, blast furnace. I'm just gonna say every word wrong, and we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen. Okay, let's like I said, let's clone this world, hop into creative, and get started. Okay, so I've set up the charcoal forge, the bloomery, and our blast furnace. So let's get started. Let's get started by placing them in the correct direction. There we go. So that will blow into the forge to keep it hot. As you see, I got a bunch of Create stuff here. Because of how the forge is set up, we should be able to, by reversing this, so that pulls with the fan as opposed to pushing. Well, it pulls us, which, yeah, that's not great, but this is one thing to test. We can take charcoal, make sure I grab the right one. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be charcoal, it can be coal, but let's just grab a couple charcoal. If we throw that here, it gets pulled into the forge. So you don't have to manually put the coal in. I don't personally like that though. What I've been doing, as of course you've seen, is I literally just click it in. Let's grab a crucible. So I have it like that. And actually, I don't know if it can... Yep, actually that prevents the fan from it pulling. So the other option would be to have the fan further away. Like there. Instead have it push, and then it can push the coal in. Granted, there's coal in there, so if I pull one out, it will autofill. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wonder if we can do something fun with chutes instead. Okay, let's do... No, I don't want like that. If I pick that up first, put that there. No, okay, that doesn't work. What I was gonna say is if we can get one of those sideways mounted chutes, yeah, we could do that, but have that bottom chute become the crucible. Yeah, that's what it's called. Then we'd be able to feed into the side, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. So next, we could always see about actually automating the bellows. Grab one of those, place that there. Yeah, if you do it slow enough, since you don't need the bellows going all that often. Yep, so that's a way you can automate the bellows, is just having a deployer set pretty slow. You really only need one or two. Otherwise, you're just going to burn through your coal too fast. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's also quite useful on this one. Let's see if I can actually, again, place it properly. Oh, I think I need one of those first. Yeah. All right, so we can do something similar here. We need 2 blocks away. Put that. I need that back. Thank you. Set that real slow because you don't need the bellows blowing too often. And then that would just automate the bellows for you. Nice. All right, so we have automated bellows. We can auto feed coal in, and we grab this again. I had it set up in my base, but you do one of those. You do a chute on top. Then you gotta put a chest on top, up there, and auto feed ore, just like that. That'll automatically feed the ore and smelt it down. I wonder if you can do with a tool chest too. Yep. That's useful, because what I've been doing, I can show you in here, is I've been filling up this tool chest with ores while I've been mining using my drills to mine. So you fill up the tool chest, and then you can just toss the tool chest on top of the chute and it will automatically feed, provided you only have ores in there and only the correct ore. Obviously you don't want to have copper ore and say steel ore or iron ore in the same chest, because then you'll wind up with a whole ton of unknown alloy. So let's put that back. There was another thing we could test with the mechanical arm. I might need a depot also. Take from there and deposit into... Yeah, okay. One of the updates, I don't remember if it is TerraFirmaCraft or if it's TFC tweaks, allows you to use the forge as a contact point between the mechanical arm here. So toss charcoal onto there, and the arm will pick up the coal and feed it in for you, so you don't have to worry about running out of coal while working. Which means we could actually just get rid of that and use this setup. Now, I don't think we can pull out of the crucible. Well, that's useful. And now the arms will respect... Oh, I need to give it a deposit point. Arms will respect filters on, say, a funnel there. So if we make that funnel, grab a filter and do... let's test copper ingot. I did that wrong. Copper ingot. Question is, will it pull out an ingot, or will it pull out the what am I thinking? Will it pull out the copper ingots from the mold, or will it pull out the whole mold? That's what I want. Okay, so let's stick those in there, stick that in there. Let's fire that up and see what the system does in a minute. Okay, it's not pulling out the hot ingot mold. So let's take the hot ingot mold out. I never put a filter on, that's why. Oh, that would do it, wouldn't it? Did I put the filter? No, I just didn't put a filter on it. Okay, let's put that in and see what it does with... Put that back in there. I made this exceedingly difficult for myself. I can't get a good angle on it. There we go. Okay, so it's not pulling the ingot mold out. So what happens if we put this in and make sure it's set to ignore MBT data? And then put that back in. Oh, and of course, I broke that, so it doesn't detect it anymore. Let's try this again. Nope, it's not pulling the ingot out. All right, well, then that doesn't really help with that. course, I can't pull it out the way I was before, so maybe it's a creative mode restriction. That doesn't look like it. All right, well, that doesn't work, but that does, which means you could, instead of doing the shoot and whatnot into the crucible, you could reverse this and have it pull from, well, it doesn't need to be that. You can pull from the chest, right? Nope, can't pull from a chest. You can pull from another depot. And put it into there, and let's grab some ore again. All right, so that's another way to do it. You could either shoot it in or pull it from a depot. And now what I was thinking is, what about, can we pull it out with a smart shoot? That doesn't have to be a smart shoot. Could be any shoot. Mechanical pump and shoot, and then pump it into a fluid tank to then be deposited into a spout. Let's just do this the cheap and easy way. That there and that there. Will that pull the copper out? If it was facing the right direction, maybe. Yes, that does pull copper out. And so that's not going to solidify in the tank, is it? Now that's getting pulled over to here. And if we grab some ingot molds. Okay, that will pour the ingot mold. Put that directly into a chest. And can I grab that and put it in there? I can. It would really help if I get that power, wouldn't it? The only problem is that breaks. No, he's gonna try grabbing any ingot mold, not just completed ingot molds. There's a solution for that. No, there isn't. That was the issue we had with this. Okay, so that doesn't quite work the way I'd hoped. What about if we do a funnel again? Attached there with a filter of only... I wanted to keep that. Nope, I guess I'm gonna have to go make another one before... As I was saying, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to make another one before I can actually get this tested properly. So allow respect data. So it should now only accept fully copper. Will that only pull one at a time? Yes, okay, so it'll only pour from one at a time. Okay. So then the last set to this would, well, we grab one of these again, actually. And another chest. We do another funnel. Set that set to one at a time. Well, we do want that to be in reverse, I think, so they don't come all pouring out. No, it can only pull from that. There has to be a way to pull only one at a time. Let's see what Ponder has to say. Oh, okay. I guess that's a solution. We do another one of these. Set the brass funnel to only allow one at a time. Grab the arm, tell one there, two there, place that there. Okay, well, this can be improved greatly because it's an utter mess. Okay, well, if I was doing this in earnest, it would be done differently. However, this is kind of cool that I could auto feed the forge, auto feed the crucible with ingots, either that way or this way, pump out the molten metal, feed it into a spout. And in actuality, you don't need the fluid tank unless you are, I mean, even one fluid tank, that's 8,000. How much does a crucible hold? Crucible holds 40 ingots worth. That's 4,000. So this can hold 80 ingots worth by itself, the single tank. And this can hold 10 ingots by itself. But yeah, you can pull the molten fluid out of the crucible into a buffer tank if necessary, otherwise just straight into a spout. Have a depot here that will automatically pick up any ingots as they get filled, and another mechanical arm feeding new unused ingots molds in. This does take a lot of molds though, and then you could output those into a mechanical crafter, but from what I was seeing, it's gonna break a lot, the molds, in which case you're gonna have to have constant supply of molds, and molds are a nuisance to make in mass. All right, well, that's one thing fully automated. Again, if I was doing this in earnest, first off, I probably won't even use that one. These would be powered from underground. This would be rotated. That's how you rotate it. So that these can actually, oops, do that, do that. If I was doing this in earnest, that would be gone. The power would come up through there, and from underneath there, and from underneath there. So they would all meet up at one location. And then from here, we would do a gearbox and chain drives, I guess. Where's the chain drives? Oh, they can't really do a chain drive on that one. And you know what? Maybe this one would have to be a... would have to be something like that, I think, to get this all running properly. Oh yeah. And then, like I said, these would all be powered from underneath, all connected to one source. That at least looks cleaner. This is probably going to be a bit easier because there's less involved. Okay, so let's see about automating the bloomery bit. We can put these on top and have them pull up. Can I do a chain of those? No, I can't. Okay. So then the next option would be encase chain drive at the bottom. Let's put that there. That pushes up. We're going to want chutes like this. Then we can put another chain drive, not chain drive, another fan there, blowing that way. Then to give access, do this and that, and reverse that. And let's see how that does. Oh, okay. It takes a while to get up there, apparently. The excess comes out, and now we have a stack of 16 ready to start up. We just do that, and there we go. Now we've got our bloomer going. That's a lot easier to automate. In fact, I might actually do that for my current world here. That's just too simple. There's no reason to not do that. Aside from just setting up the fans and whatnot, but I'm sure I could figure out how to set that up over there with the space that I currently have. Though the fans are expensive. All right. And I was thinking we can do the same thing here, but the way you have these wrought iron sheets on the side, you can't place a block next to it. That's the closest you can go. So the next best option would probably be to do a fan going up again, just like we did on the other one. I'll put that there. Grab some of these. Grab one of these. Put it on properly. And then grab a shaft to put there. And this might be difficult. There we go, that worked. There. Put those like that. Right. And now if I put coal there, it should go up onto the bottom of the conveyor belt eventually. And that should fall directly... No, not in. I'd have to put something... If I put that there, does that break the furnace? It does not. There we go, and that feeds in. And then grab some cast iron again. And we need flux. I'm just doing a full stack, even though I know I don't need a full stack. And then we can light it on fire. That works. And with the bellows automated, that will get up to temperature and stay at temperature until it's done. So, this is pretty simple too to automate. Now, what happens if we put more flux while it's going? I know if we put more coal, it just refills the fuel bar. But will the flux get destroyed if it lands on top of the molten block there? No. Okay. So then you could actually have extras ready to go as soon as it's done. 2 is a little too slow, so let's bump it up to 4, because this is just starting to drop at 2. So if we keep it at 4, no, it's just starting to drop also. Just barely. It's still staying brilliant white, so that shouldn't be an issue. And there, the first batch is fully melted. It's going into the cauldron, and we've already got our second batch loaded up and fully heated. Yeah, if I had done this from the beginning, making batches would have probably gone a lot quicker than it has. Well, I think I've learned a lot today, and I hope you did too. But we're going to end it here. For those of you in the US, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving yesterday. And for everyone else, well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend coming up. Until then, thank you for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.